listening to Sports Talk 916 with Greg Bull and Coach Greg Veroza.
If you'd like to participate in the show, there are a couple of ways to do it. If you want to contact us on Twitter, use the show's Twitter address, which is at SportsTalk916. For Greg B, go to at Mr. Chief 916. And for me, Coach Greg, it's at Greg Veroza. And Veroza is Varozza. And if you want to chat live with us, the best place to go is go to the Mixlr page and hit chat. There you'll see all of us chatting together as the show goes on. Hello. How you doing?
What up?
It's Sunday night, and you know what that means, boys and girls. It's Sports Talk 916 time.
And that's all we have for you.
Good night. Yeah, I heard our ending wasn't too well thought of.
It wasn't too favorable last week, apparently.
Well, my name is Coach Greg Veroza, and over there is my buddy, Mr. Chief Greg Bull, and together we are the two-headed monsters of Greg that make up 916 Sports Talk, something like that.
It makes up the show.
Yeah, the show that ends abruptly.
Right. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. How you doing?
Other than some possibly questionable food I ate this week, or today, I should say, I'm doing good.
Good. Yeah, me too. I had I went to a baby shower this afternoon.
Did you really?
I did. My
The fuck are you going to? They let you around those things?
my niece. There were some hot girls there too.
So it's a baby shower.
They were young, but they were hot. What I'd do to be 25 years younger.
Are they over 18?
Yeah.
Good to go.
There you go.
It's weird. All the high school girls, I keep getting older, but all the high school girls stay the same age.
You know, I don't know how that works. I got to be careful.
I need a giggity noise. Giggity. So yeah, man, it's episode 25, season 4. No, season 4, 24.
It's got to be more than that.
Season 4, 24. 24. Although if you're on Google Play Music or on iTunes or on Mixlr, it's season 3, 24 was last week.
How can it be 24 though when our 1 year anniversary is coming up? Did we start? We started over when it became 2, right?
Well, it became 4. 3, 4.
Well, no. When was season 3? When did season 3 start?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I just go by what my phone tells me.
Whatever.
I'm trying to find my play music. I'll tell you right now what we're on. Season 4, episode 23.
Huh.
We switched from season 4, episode 3 was February 29th.
Oh, okay. So we start in February.
It was February-ish. Yeah, so we're right.
Yeah. Okay.
So how's your week, bud?
Good. Busy, and I'm on Olympics overload. This is my favorite time. I'm an Olympics junkie. So I even logged some time with badminton and ping pong. And our buddy Jim Kozimor was doing the play-by-play for badminton.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
So the most obscure one that I watched, first of all, I don't understand the short track bicycle racing.
Is that the one where they ride really, really slow for 3 laps and then kill it the last lap?
Yeah, but what I don't get is they're like in line and then like 8 guys jump to the top and let everyone pass them and then they jump back in line.
Oh, that's the team pursuit.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Because the official time is the third team member. So when they cross the line, the third person, so they always keep it so that third person's fresh.
How the fuck do you know that?
I'm an Olympics junkie. I told you, man. I love this shit.
I watch weightlifting, and it makes me realize that I need to get in the gym more because these little dudes were lifting 180 kilos, which
2.2 pounds.
I looked it up. It was 369 pounds deadlifting it or clean and jerking it. I'm like, good Lord.
My favorite Olympic athlete of all time, Pocket Hercules. Some little guy from like Romania that was 5'1" and was lifting 180 kilograms over his head.
That's crazy. So in the very beginning, they had the weightlifting, and there was this little Romanian dude who blew out his elbow, dislocated his arm right at the elbow.
Uh-huh.
He was only lifting 77 kilos, which is 149 pounds. I think it was like midget lifting. This dude was hella little. And I was like, what the? I could lift that. And he's just like, and his arm went behind him. And he slapped the back of his shoulder blade, but his hand was the reverse direction.
I don't want to hear it.
It was awesome.
That shit. I hate that stuff.
It was awesome. Let's see. Mike Barnbaum. I'm also an Olympic junkie, but the last 2 USA men's basketball games have been a bit nerve-wracking for me. The games already ended way too close when I thought Team USA would have blown out. So if you're only watching the U.S. men's basketball, you're not an Olympic junkie because that's the most boring.
And that's the most popular. I mean, you got to be watching like trampoline. I was watching trampolining the other day.
I glanced by that. So first of all, if you have DirecTV, there's 69 channels of Olympic coverage. So like you just look at the thing and it's like badminton and fencing and butt licking or whatever the hell they're doing. And you're like, I don't want to watch that one. I'll go to the next one. It's like men's soccer, Brazil versus Chimichanga. And you're like, don't really care about that one either. Just keep going through the channels.
You'll find something you want to watch.
Exactly. And then then you get to the point where you're like, okay, I guess I'll watch, running. But then if you're a sports fan like any of us, you get alerts on your phone and ESPN ruins it for you 12 hours in advance.
It's ESPN, CBS, and Yahoo.
Yeah, all of them are like, haha, fuck you.
Actually, one of them today tweeted out, spoiler alert, blah, 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 wins this medal. I'm like, really? So when I look and see spoiler alert, I'm going to see who wins. So why the fuck do you put spoiler alert on it?
Right. How about spoiler alert? Don't look at your next alert.
Yeah.
Like
here's a 30-second warning. You're going to get a spoiler. Just ignore this. I don't know. Stupid.
So it's official. Katie Ledecky is a fucking dolphin. That bitch. Okay. First of all.
Hey, wait. Out of respect.
Okay. Out of respect. She is by far the best women's swimmer. I don't know if I would say in history, but she's pretty damn close.
She's probably in the top 10.
So in the semifinals for the 800-meter free, she wins by 7 seconds. And I send you the picture, and I'm like, this is absurd. And it's like she's almost to the wall, and they're like in the frame. And then in the finals, she wins by 11 seconds or something crazy. The camera needed to be panoramic to get. They were basically turning at the final wall when she touches.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, she's a damn dolphin. There's nothing other to it.
She's pretty amazing.
The only thing about her, and it's the same thing on the male side with Michael Phelps, and I've confirmed this with my wife. Amazing athlete. Looks like they got kicked in the face by the ugly mule.
Yeah, Phelps is not a handsome man.
From the neck down, Phelps, you're like, damn, right? And then, no homo. But he's in great shape. He eats like 40,000 calories a day, and he's still in amazing shape.
Yeah.
Katie Ledecky, you're like, ooh, she's a swimmer. She should be hot. She's hella badass. No.
She's actually kind of doughy.
She is kind of like, you're just like, damn.
She's not like that Hungarian chick.
Barnum also watches track. TJ says he saw some of the equestrian stuff while he was at the car wash and a girl fell off her horse. I found myself most of the stuff I'm watching, and it's reverted me back to high school because the whole reason why I got into volleyball was the spandex shorts. And then I fell in love with the game.
For you?
To watch. And that's why I coached in high school, and there's a lot of other things that I did with volleyball.
So you coached volleyball because of the spandex shorts.
Well, and I fell in love with the game like my freshman year.
Right.
And
Fun
fact, so I've been watching a lot of volleyball, beach volleyball.
I watched a lot
of the men and women's indoor. It's just bringing me back. And fun fact, if you live in the Carmichael, no, I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to be playing tomorrow night on a co-ed indoor volleyball team. So I haven't played since high school.
Nice.
I haven't touched the court. Well, since the year after my high school when I coached.
You playing on an 8-foot net or a women's net?
It'll be. I believe they play on the men's net, which is 8.5 feet.
So
I could touch 9.5 feet all day long. I'm not worried about that. But I'm playing with Scott Freshour, the MC of the Kings. Mm-hmm. He hit me up. He's like, "Hey, we need another player. You want to play?" And I'm like, "Dude, I haven't played in so long." He's like, "Come try out." He's like, "Our team's," and it's a co-ed like rec league. And I'm like, "Oh, do I know anyone that plays?" He's like, "No." He's like, "But." He's like, "Both of our setters, one of them plays for Sierra College, the other one plays for Sac City." I'm like, how is that fair? You roll out these like near professional players that play on this rec league. But yeah, so I'll be doing that tomorrow night. So if I don't die, that'll be fun.
I played a lot of volleyball in college.
I love volleyball.
We
dude.
played. Our high school team actually won 2 state championships, and my sister's on the team, and always good. So a bunch of us guys really started taking up volleyball. Played a lot in high school and college.
My high school coach, she in 29 years of coaching, she had 26 conference titles and like 18 state titles for volleyball at Hiram Johnson. She was amazing.
Yeah.
And then she's kind of started losing her fire like my junior year, and then her teams never won like 5 matches the rest of the way.
Oh, wow.
And then she retired. But
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Where's the rec league being held at tomorrow night, Mike? I want to tell Mike where we're playing at. We'll be at Rush Park in Citrus Heights in their gymnasium.
Mike, show up in your best King's purple suit.
And then make a sign for me and Fresh.
Yeah.
Like Fresh and Greg. And it'd be like with like a shower head or
Fresh
something.
and Greg, Greg and Fresh, a romance on the volleyball court.
Right. A romance between the lines. So I want to...
A romance in spandex shorts.
You wanted to rant a little bit about the coverages.
Oh, God.
I want to start with something that we talked about a little bit ago before the Olympics started, and that was the security. The goddamn police held up a sign that said, "Welcome to Rio, we can't protect you."
and it's playing out.
And people are like, "Oh, that's got to be a sham." And like it looks amazing on TV. All the venues are beautiful.
In the venues, yeah.
Except for the diving pool.
Yeah. And the empty seats that are in every venue.
So,
except for swimming.
I saw a video a couple days ago, and it's of like random surveillance cameras around Rio de Janeiro.
Uh-huh.
And it's like 9 to 14-year-old boys are running around just stealing shit from people. Cell phones and purses and luggage, and it's just terrible, right?
Yeah.
And then a report comes out this morning as I'm getting ready to go in to see that new movie, Sausage Party.
Oh, God.
Good Lord. We'll get to that another time, but holy fuck.
Good or bad?
Wow. We'll just leave it there. If I didn't pay matinee, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much as I did. But oh my God, if you ever think about bringing your children to that, I will shoot you.
Well, I don't have any kids, so that's pretty easy.
You're good. So we're going in, and I get a report that says Ryan Lochte's mom reports that Ryan Lochte was held up at gunpoint. And then the Olympic Committee and the U.S. Olympics was like, no, didn't happen. So it's like this whole thing of like, are they trying to cover it up? And then a report comes out that confirms it. A robber put a gun to Ryan Lochte's forehead and robbed him and 3 other swimmers last night in Rio de Janeiro.
At a gas station.
What the fuck are they not in Olympic Village for?
They went over to hang out with the French swimmers at the French house. And on the way back, the taxi cab driver needed gas. Or
He was in on
Uber.
it. He was in on it.
And so they pulled over at a gas station, and a bunch of guys came up pretending to be cops. They flashed badges and everything, and ended up pulling a gun, putting it on Lochte's forehead. And
Mike will be there at 7:30.
Mike, it's formal attire.
Yeah, you got to wear your tuxedo from Oxford and Sons or whatever it is. We'll get to that in a little bit. We have a new segment tonight, by the way, called Facebook with Barn Bomb.
Facebook with Barn Bomb. Facebook with Barn Bomb.
We're gonna read some Mike Barnbaum Facebook posts because he's new to Facebook. He finally joined the dark side. So and it's gonna sound like we're trying to make fun of Mike, but literally, this is like the epitome of social media because up until now, Barnbaum has been limited to 140 characters.
Oh, God.
And now his freedom of speech has been released, and it is some of the best literary stuff you can read on Facebook. It's way better than my Facebook post. This morning I post, have you ever dropped a deuce in public and thought there's no way that my plumbing would have been able to handle that? So
I missed that post.
yeah, so Barnbaum is going to be is featured. Barnbaum
love
is
it.
yeah.
We love you, Mike.
We do love Mike. Facebook with Barnbaum. Keith is loving it. It's going to be awesome. So Rio's a joke. The coverage is terrible.
Horrible. Even so, you guys all know I'm a swimming nerd. In fact,
Like what?
yeah, I know. In fact, this is how nerdy I am.
Verosa likes swimming.
Breaking news: I was in a fantasy swimming league, picking all the winners for all of the events.
He was tracking swimming last week during the show.
And
he had France's relay team or someone.
I got 22nd out of 401, so I did pretty good. I
so
was
there's
pretty happy.
21 other bigger dorks than you.
No, there's 400 all over the world.
But they're bigger dorks than you for beating you.
Yeah, I was close, so I was pretty happy. But I know NBC has to recoup billions of dollars that they spent for the coverage of this thing just to make any money. But when you go through and you watch one race that takes 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then you have 4 commercials or 3 minutes of commercials, and then you go back and you run another heat, and then you run more commercials, and you don't do more than one event. I almost think that, like in volleyball, they created some timeouts just to give TV timeouts. It's ridiculous. And the coverage, it's like they're trying to manufacture stars instead of letting the games talk about themselves and play out themselves. They did a whole big thing on this diver who was a cute little girl with a cute little voice, played her up, did all kinds of, when we were there and this is how they are and all that kind of shit, features on her. She didn't even make the finals. And, I like Rowdy Gaines as an announcer usually, but Rowdy had diarrhea of the mouth big time. There was not one quiet moment just to let the races call themselves. It's like they had to fill every second, and it just gets to be annoying. And the number of commercials, every 30 seconds there's a commercial. They run a heat of the 100-meter dash. They run commercials. They come back, they run another heat, then commercials. And it's just, it takes away from the games. It doesn't allow you to get into a groove of following things. And it's like, the other thing that I noticed, it's like the only country that's there is the United States. There's nothing on any of the other athletes. We're not getting to see, like in gymnastics, we saw the Americans. We didn't get to see any of the other girls or any of the other guys. And it's just too bad because you're getting to see the greatest athletes in the world in a whole bunch of different sports, and all we're seeing is Americans and not everybody else.
By the way, you mentioned gymnastics. Aly Raisman, goddamn, that ass. Someone was like, hey, Carmichael Dave, you're the only person watching women's gymnastics. And on Twitter, I was like, no.
No.
Did you see the ass on Aly Raisman? I was watching intently.
I don't think she's 18, so.
Bullshit, she's not. She was in ESPN The Magazine's Body Issue.
Was she really?
Fucking yes, she was. You need to check that shit out when we're on our break. And yes, Keith, Michael Phelps is a beast.
I think Katie Ledecky's a bigger beast. She's going to be just... The only problem with Katie is she's limited to one stroke. Michael can swim anything. Katie can only swim freestyle.
Yeah, but who cares? She won by 11 seconds. It's amazing.
It's funny. And whoever's doing the post-swim race interviews had her there, and the first question was, so when did you think you were going to have a good race? Which is a dumb question anyway. She said, well, I thought I was going to have a good race as soon as I dove in because I felt great. And I was also 3 body lengths ahead by the end of the first lap. So I figured I was doing all right.
I hate those questions.
I sideline reporters. And after it's like, how does that make you feel?
Aly Raisman's 22. Thank you very much. How you doing?
Wow.
What's up? Thank you, Matt.
Wow.
I know Matt will instantly Google the Body Issue. I would be willing to put money on it that he found out how old she is because he Googled the pictures.
I'm sure he did. So anyway, I think NBC is blowing the coverage. I think it's way too commercialized. It's just a poor job. They're doing a poor job. The announcers are horrible. The track announcers are worse than the swimming announcers. Otto Bolden is horrible. The worst that I saw, I was watching did you see any of the rowing? Hello?
I did see the rowing, yes.
Rowing commentators were horrible. I mean, it's like...
Okay, hold on. Side note. Do you remember when Howard was still on the show? We used to give him shit because he said he used to like to turn down the sound on shows and do the live play-by-play. Do you remember
No,
this?
I
Way
don't
back
remember
in the day. We used to make fun of him. We'd be like, dude, Howard, we're going to put on Olympic rowing, and you're going to call it. And there's audio somewhere of him going, stroke, stroke, stroke. Like, calling the rowing. It's awesome.
Well, I would have rather heard Howard doing that than the nails on a chalkboard that these announcers were doing. It's just bad.
So Keith just put it in the chat box, and breaking news: Keith Jogonatis is joining season 4 of Sports Talk 916 Fantasy Football.
Is he really? Who dropped out?
Jason Courier decided that he's not going to play. He says that he typically kind of gets bored midway through the season and doesn't want to leave a hole in the league. So he's out. Keith is in. He will be there. I told him no auto picks.
Yeah, he has to be there. At
Matt
the draft.
said, "You said ass. You had me at ass." Howard also said that the Raiders were going to land Calvin Johnson. You're absolutely correct. Goddamn Howard. I miss Howard. So I want to go on a little bit of a tangent because it's my fucking show. Well, it's our show.
Excuse me?
Sorry. It's our show, and we decide the
Fine,
content.
see you later.
Shut up. We decide.
Shut up. Bite me.
We decide the content, so we get to talk about whatever we want to talk about, right? So let me do this. Let me go ahead and I'm going to cue this up in the background because it's 3 minutes long. It's a little distracting, so let's turn it down. We need to talk about hamburger joints in California.
You said joint.
Joint. I am so goddamn tired of Californians and their fucking love affair. I'm going to need my pop filter. Hold on. Because I'm going to...
I know. I can already see spit coming out of your mouth.
Their goddamn love of... Oh, it's balancing out the weight. I can't do that one. Their love affair for fucking In-N-Out Burger. Okay? Just because we have In-N-Out Burger in California does not make it the fucking holy tits of burgers, okay? Yesterday on Facebook, someone was like, hey, should I go to Five Guys or In-N-Out? And my response was, if you want lower cost, decent burger, you go to In-N-Out. But if you want a good burger that's going to be a little bit more pricey, you go to Five Guys. And I got grilled. No pun intended. People are like, oh, Five Guys is gross. Five Guys is stupid. Five Guys sucks. It's all about In-N-Out. In-N-Out's the best thing ever. Blah, 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 blah. No. In-N-Out is a fucking hype machine. And the only reason why you like it is because the narrative on the internet and on Facebook and everywhere else is, oh, if you come to California, you got to try In-N-Out. No one else has it. Blah, 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 blah. It's not that fucking good. You could go to Jasper's. You could go to Habit. You could go to Nations. You could go to Smash Burger. Mike just said Red Robin. Okay, you can go to Red Robin for a better burger than you can fucking In-N-Out Burger.
Well, and you forgot the holy grail of burgers in Sacramento, too.
Squeeze In.
The Squeeze In. By far the best burger in
You
Sacramento.
go get a Squeeze In burger, squeeze the cheese with bacon. It will shit all over a
and
fucking
the cheese
In-N-Out.
skirt. The cheese skirt.
I'll eat this cheese skirt by its fucking
Absolutely.
self. Okay, now Keith said In-N-Out has great onions. They also have good animal fries. Yeah, they have good intangibles. But if you want the best burger in California, you're not going to fucking In-N-Out Burger.
No.
Stop with the unwarranted love affair. Okay? They have great milkshakes, but I'm sorry, if I go to Jasper's, I'm getting a better milkshake because it's real ice cream. It's not a fucking machine.
Yep.
There's always going to be something better. It's just like Texans. Oh, we have Whataburger. Whataburger's so much better because it's what we have. Okay, well, it's great, but that doesn't mean it's the best thing in Texas. It just means it's exclusive to Texas. In-N-Out is primarily exclusive to California. I think there's one outside of California
One
somewhere.
in Arizona, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Or Nevada.
That doesn't make it better. Sorry, it's just not. And the White Castle argument's the same thing. It's because it's local and no one else can get it regularly.
I went to White Castle. I was in Kansas City, and I made a pilgrimage to White Castle. Very disappointed. It was no In-N-Out.
We were in Vegas and we saw White Castle on the Strip, and I was like, "Ooh, we should go." We never made it. My wife was just in Texas the other day. She was like, "Oh, I should have went to Whataburger."
Well, they're
like,
sliders. They're sliders. That's all they serve at White Castle are sliders with pickle and a little mustard, I think.
All I know is I will take a Habit burger with pineapple over an In-N-Out burger any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Yeah, the good thing about In-N-Out is it's easy, it's fast. You can
Except
get it
they're
on the road.
slow in wait out fuckers. Especially the one right by my fucking house. Take fucking forever.
Oh, that does take forever.
God damn it.
But you got to admit, I mean, at 1:30 in the morning after a bender, there's nothing better than a
Mike
greasy.
just read my fucking mind. Mike, you are on point tonight. Nations and Squeeze In are 1,000 times better than In-N-Out. Heck, I would even recommend Black Bear Diner. I was about to mention Black Bear Diner, and then you mentioned Squeeze, and it derailed me. But he says they are soon to open a location at northeast corner of Sunrise and Madison. I just don't know the opening date. They're almost done. Mike, it's so close. They're putting a Black Bear in so close.
That's right.
Madison and Sunrise.
That's right by my new house. I can walk to there.
You won't.
I know. I'll
But
drive.
I fucking love Black Bear Diner. It is one of the best things ever.
I've only eaten there once. I had breakfast there. It was awesome.
And they're putting a Moe's Mexican grill in there.
And they're putting a Jimmy Jack's.
And a Jimmy Jack's. It's going to be the fat guy. We're going to do live shows from the parking lot. And we'll just have people bring us food.
We can move the show to our house, to my new place, and just drive over to.
Yeah. How far do you think it is? We went over the fence, like the tennis courts, and through the little thing. It's probably not very far. We could probably get like
150 yards, 250
We could probably
yards.
get like 5 or 6 really long extension cords from your place. Just run
Probably.
them over the fence and just walk over there. But yeah, Barn Bomb's on point today. Oh, Nation's Pies. Okay, we're getting off track. Let's hear from Greg Veroza and Crandall's Cleaning Service, and we're going to talk a little bit about the San Francisco Giants.
If you or anyone you know is thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, they deserve to have someone working with them that not only knows what they're doing, but will explain everything that happens along the way. That person would be me, Coach Greg Veroza of Keller Williams Realty. I have 2 goals. My first goal is to coach you through the buying and selling process, making it easy to understand and as stress-free as possible, which isn't easy sometimes. My second goal is to have fun doing it. Come be a part of my team. Let me coach you or anyone you know through the real estate process. Give me a call at 916-241-8068, and let's talk about how I can coach you through the real estate process. Let me ask you one question. Who do you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate that I should know right now? Again, that's Greg Veroza, Keller Williams Realty, 916-241-8068. Hey, man, what's up with the studio? It looks so much cleaner than the last time. I know I haven't been here in a week or so, but what the hell happened?
You know, I just got tired of cleaning it myself, so I finally gave Crandall's Cleaning Service a call. They came out. Looks like this.
Damn, they did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing. Fully licensed staff came out, gave me a quick estimate, knocked it out in a couple hours, and they're going to come back on a monthly service.
What are they going to do the rest of the house, or that couple hours just cover the office?
A couple hours cover the office. That's all I had them quote for. But they do whole houses. They do offices. They do home stagings. They do everything.
Cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you want your house clean, give them a call, 916-952-3620. Ask for Nick. Let them know that Sports Talk 916 sent you. And like I said, they'll come out. They'll give you a special quote. They'll do monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, whatever it is you need for all your cleaning needs. They're fully licensed and insured. They'll take care of you the right way.
Sweet. I'm calling tomorrow.
Awesome. Remember, that's Crandall's Cleaning Service, 916-952-3620. Tiger Woods, y'all. What's up, man? We're back to talk about baseball. So the San Francisco Giants started to look a little bit better, and then they unfortunately stopped looking better. And the bright spot was Santiago Garcia. He was finally looking good, right? He was all about it. He was throwing good pitches. He had control of his curveball. He had control of his slider. And today, meltdown again. They finally got a win for Bumgarner yesterday through 7 shutout innings. Panic starting to hit the ball. Pence hit his first home run since the injury. Things are starting to look good. The Dodgers started to lose games. You know, they have the Orioles in town. Now they have the Pirates in town, which should be an easy series for the Giants. Sorry, Keith. And Casilla blows another save today. The Giants end up losing on that home run. And it gets me thinking, what is our option for a closer?
We don't have one. We didn't
TJ thinks that Derek Law should be slid into that role. I think Romo could be slid into that role.
I think Romo's got the experience. You know, Casilla came in yesterday and threw one pitch and got the save. You know, so I think everybody thought, all right, he's on a roll.
Then he came down and melted down today and gave up the. I mean, can't just blame it on him because the Giants were up 7-1.
They were,
and all of a sudden it was 7-5, and they brought Casilla in. But still, I mean, a closer's got to get that guy out. And it's like he melts down. I read somewhere, somebody commented today, it's like every fifth time he comes in, he melts down. So there's nothing. We didn't go out and get a closer, although there's one available.
and that's what we want to talk about. So we've talked about why Casilla is still in the role, and that's because Bruce Bochy is a big fan of the veteran. He's a big fan of the
That's one of the things that you got to like and you got to hate about Bochy is he's loyal to his vets.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yep.
He lives by the vet, dies by the vet. And a vet became available who has postseason experience. He has playoff experience. Well, I guess that's postseason.
But he's also a dick.
He has World Series experience, but Bochy manages
a-hole.
assholes well.
Yeah, that's true.
He's brought in. I mean, look how he handled Brian Wilson. I mean, there's not much in difference between these two guys, minus the altercation in the dugout. And that guy is Jonathan Papelbon. He was just released by the Nationals. And there's 4 teams looking at him right now: the Red Sox, the Tigers, I don't remember the third one, and the Giants. And the second he was released, I went on Facebook and I went on Twitter, and you can go back and look at the timelines. I said, do not be shocked if the Giants make a run at Papelbon. I didn't say sign him, but make a run at him.
Yeah, they will.
Because he fits the MO of Bruce Bochy. And winning helps. And not having a guy like Bryce Harper on your team helps.
Yeah.
You know, you have a superstar on your team in Buster Posey. Who are you going to get along with better, Buster Posey or Bryce Harper? You have a level-headed guy who knows what the hell he's doing, who has the pedigree of a champion.
Yeah.
And I have my hair slicked back and I'm a fucking douchebag, Bryce Harper.
Right.
Who are you going to have an altercation with? I mean, obviously it's the latter. So I would not be shocked if the Giants make a run at him. I would welcome it. I mean, you can't do much worse.
No, God can't do any
And
worse.
when Papelbon's on his game, I mean, yeah, his numbers are bad. He has like a 4.36 ERA right now for this season. But when he's on, he is on, and he's one of the toughest closers to hit in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a couple other guys in the bullpen that, you know, if they just had a little bit more consistency, could step up. But you know, I wouldn't mind seeing him at least try. Like you said, you can't hurt anything. And the good thing is, the Giants are still in first place. No matter how lousy they're playing, they're still in first place.
They are, and that's because the Dodgers keep losing, and you know, they're gonna figure it out before it's too late. I mean, that's normal. The Giants always have these little bit of a lull.
Yeah.
The problem is it's never happened this late in the season before. But I think Bochy, if anybody, can get these guys together. Span's hitting the ball well. Pagan's playing well, minus that error he had in left field today.
Oh God.
Panic's coming back in his own. You know, Nunez is going to be a good addition down the stretch. Obviously, you have Posey. Brown's allowing Posey some breaks. Belt's hitting the ball. The Giants are doing what they need to do. It's just their pitching is in a little bit of a low spot right now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, Dodgers have 27 players on the DL right now. Isn't that insane?
Wow.
And the big one is Yasiel Puig. Down in minor leagues, they totally just told him to basically go away.
What do you think about Puig in left field next year?
I'd bring Puig in. Again, that's something that Bochy can manage.
Yeah.
We talked about A-Rod retiring. He got released on Friday after his final game. They let him play third base for the last 2 innings of the game. He got a huge ovation, which was great. Good send-off for him. He basically said he has no intention of playing baseball. He's done, right? Do you believe that?
Not at all.
Because I sure as fucking don't.
Not at all. What the hell is that?
I need to cut out that the delay on that. I need a quicker. Giancarlo Stanton hurt his hamstring yesterday. Placed on the DL for the remainder of the season today. And Marlins GM came out and told reporters that A-Rod is on his list of players they want to look into filling the hole for Giancarlo Stanton. Which makes me wonder if they hit their fucking head, because I don't see you moving your third baseman to left field or to right field, and you're sure as hell not putting A-Rod in right field.
No.
They'd be better off having their non-retired hitting coach, Barry Lamar Bonds, come in and play right field than they would be bringing A-Rod in, who can't play baseball anymore.
No, they're not going to do that. But A-Rod. So I heard somewhere today, and I don't know if it's true or not, that if he signs with somebody else, they pick up his contract. So he's got $27 million owed to him next year. Think anybody's going to touch him?
That's crazy. That's so much money.
So he's going to be basically a $27 million special assistant to the GM or somebody.
That's crazy. That's so much money to be an assistant. I mean, he'd be smart just to sit around and do nothing.
Somebody told me today, we were talking about this. We were talking about the Yankees. Buddy of mine's a big Yankee fan. He's made almost $500 million in his lifetime.
And that's not including endorsements. That's just pay.
That's just pay.
Crazy.
Can you imagine? I don't know. I can't even fathom that kind of money.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
mean, what are you going to
ridiculous.
do with that? That's absolutely insane. But that's enough baseball talk. We're going to move on to... Should be green. There it is.
Are you kidding me?
You kidding me? You kidding me, right?
Are you kidding me?
You kidding? You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, side note, whatever happened to those calendars? You meet up with Joshua?
I
and get
haven't
them?
yet. Last week was stupid crazy. So
All right, no worries. All right, are you kidding me? Greg Rosa, take the hill.
I got 2 tonight. So the first one comes from Rio. And we already talked about security at the games. Did you hear about what the Australian Olympic Committee has done?
I did not.
They have banned their athletes from visiting the Ipanema and Copacabana beaches after dark because they just can't guarantee their safety.
Do you blame them?
No, they don't. First of all, you don't ever go to a beach after dark. I mean, that's just stupid. But especially down there where there's no, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, the police are lined up in the airport saying with a sign saying, "Hey, welcome to Rio. We can't protect you. Be careful." So let's see here. So security is our main. This is the Australian Olympics Committee. The chief, Kitty Chiller. Security is our primary concern for our athletes and team members. Security director met with our team directors, and for those sports who have finished their competition, we have introduced further security protocols, especially for those traveling to the Ipanema and Copacabana areas, to ensure above all else we keep our team members safe. We iterated our initial protocol, which is they should travel in groups of 3. We have put new actual sand. We have put now the actual sand on the Ipanema beaches off limits from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And there's been an increase in petty criminal activities on the beaches. If traveling at night after dark between 6 and 6, that is only by vehicle, not by foot, if you're going 400 or 500 meters. So in other words, you're going a quarter of a mile, you're hopping in a car. But that didn't save Lochte. So it's a mess down there. And basically security is about as good as the water quality in the lagoon and in the diving pool.
That fucking diving pool cracks me up, dude.
I
It's
know.
so funny. So they finally figured out what happened with that.
Yeah, they ran out of chlorine.
Nope, not even that. The chlorine levels, according to divers, was at an all-time high.
Uh-huh.
Somebody decided that they were, because apparently you can treat a pool with chlorine or hydrogen peroxide.
Right.
Which you're not supposed to do both, because hydrogen peroxide counteracts the effect on algae that chlorine does. Someone poured in the chlorine and it was overly chlorinated. So their bright idea was, we'll add hydrogen peroxide to counteract the overchlorination.
So you're supposed to use soda ash. This is what they usually use.
They put it's estimated they put double the amount of hydrogen peroxide in the pool to counteract the chlorine, which killed the chlorine, allowing the super algae basically to form and turn the water green.
So what they're doing, did you hear what their fix is?
Better new filters.
No, they're draining the pool and taking the water from an adjacent pool that hasn't turned green and putting it in the diving pool.
See, I heard that they're leaving the diving pool to new filters and another pump And
It should be cleared up in a day or two if they get everything
the
right.
pool that they're draining to fix is going to be the synchronized swimming water polo pool.
Oh, okay.
Because the synchronized swimmers have to be able to see underwater.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, they won't be able to work.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, good job, Rio, you dipshits.
And any swimmer that
Shut up, Keith. Call me Bill Nye over here.
any swimmer that has done it for any amount of time has swam in those kind of pools, and it's not fun. It's gross.
Exactly. So, you said you had one
I
more?
had two. So NFL, for the first time, Bill Belichick and the Patriots have gone without a transaction for the first 2 weeks of training camp. From the time 2015 training camp started to August 14th, the Patriots had made 23 roster transactions. Over that same span of time this year, the Patriots have made 0 transaction. Bill Belichick said one reason for the dramatic change is that the club hasn't been forced into many moves because of injuries. He also obviously likes the team's overall depth, so there's less urgency to churn some back-end spots on the 90-man roster, as the club normally does. For some historical context, here is a snapshot of transaction totals made by the Patriots for the first 2 weeks of training camp in the past decade of Belichick's tenure, minus 2011 because of the different dynamics due to the lockout. 2007, 6. 2008, 16. 2009, 8. 2010, 14. 2012, 12. 13 was 20. 2014 was 19. 2015 was 23. 2016, 0. I wonder what I'd be kind of curious to see what the numbers are for everybody. I wonder how many transactions the 40 crappers have made.
So you're thinking like this is just piling on the Patriots because it's the thing to do? Like point it out. Who cares?
I
really?
don't know. Yeah, it was kind of one of those things. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Interesting. So I have something involved in the NFL as well, and I think it's the biggest slap in the face to date from the NFL to its teams. Let's see.
Even bigger than charging the veterans to be honored at.
Ooh, no, that doesn't have anything to do with their teams though. That has something to do with the not with necessarily the teams of the NFL. This is a direct impact on the team itself. So as you guys know, and I'm sure you've heard, and if you don't, or if you haven't, you basically live under a rock. There was a shooting or a series of shootings in Austin, Texas earlier this year.
Dallas, Texas.
It was in Austin.
No, it wasn't. It was in Dallas.
It was in Austin.
All the police murders?
It was in Austin.
It was in Dallas.
It was in Austin. It was in Austin.
No, it wasn't. It was in Dallas. Google it.
My mic is falling over. Hold on. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I could have sworn it was Austin.
It's all over ESPN.com.
Why can I not find a story on it?
Because you're looking at Austin, try looking at Dallas. Go to ESPN.com. And where are our trolls at? They should have my back on this.
Veroza or Bar Mom says, "Let Greg B tell the story that took place in Austin months ago." I don't know why. We're gonna Google this until we find it. What month was that in? It was in July, June? No, it was in July, right? Police robot. Oh shit, it was Dallas. No way, it was fucking... Anyways.
Oh, okay.
So,
Bullshit.
then I guess
I'm sorry, Greg, for doubting you.
I guess you're right, okay?
Thank you.
I guess I'm confused because don't the Cowboys play in Austin? They played Arlington. That's where my confusion came from. Anyways, They wanted to honor, they being the Dallas Cowboys, wanted to honor the fallen police officers with a star, a patch on their helmets,
Yeah, just a sticker on their helmet next to the NFL shield.
and it says "arm in arm," and it's got a nautical star on there. The NFL basically came back and said, "No, everyone has to be in uniform that matches each other." So, can someone explain to me how wearing a different number when someone dies, or the owl shield when the Raiders still wear on their helmets?
Or the GSH that the Bears wear on the sleeve of their jerseys.
Their jerseys, and I believe the Niners had a BW when Bill Walsh died.
I'm sure they did.
How is that being in uniform with the rest of the league if they can't put a star on their helmet? Is it
I
because
think
the
it-
NFL makes money off of
I'm sure they do.
those other people?
I'm sure. Well, no, they can't. I mean, they're not going to make money off of Bill Walsh and passing away. But what do they? I mean, can you imagine the shitstorm that would occur if they wanted to put Bill Walsh's initials, a Hall of Famer, on their helmet because he passed away, and the NFL said no?
Major League Baseball let the Yankees wear NYFD hats,
Yeah.
police department hats on the field. They let them play the game in it,
Oh, I know.
but the NFL won't let them wear a little sticker.
NFL's fucked up.
It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't even want to. It's just going to infuriate me if I get into it any deeper. So I'm just going to leave it to this. NFL, you dropped the ball. You guys are a bunch of fucking dipshits. And that's obviously a known fact. We'll let that one go. We'll come back. We'll talk basketball. We need a commercial to listen to.
This is going to be a depressing show.
No, it'll get better. Here we go. Yeah, we'll do this one.
What's up, everybody? We are Corner Pub Sports, every week talking sports, beer, and beyond. You can find us live 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time on wildfireradio.com or stream us on cornerpubsports.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Corner Pub Sports.
We look forward to seeing you at the pub every Friday night.
Cheers, guys!
Hey guys, Greg here.
And Sheena too.
We just wanted to take a minute of your time to tell you about this awesome local company who has helped us tremendously in the obstacle course racing world.
Seriously, we get banged up enough on these courses, and these products have saved us on many obstacles.
When Sheena and I were getting prepared for our first Spartan race last year, we found the original Warrior Pack and bought some of their gear. After a couple races, we loved their products so much, it was a no-brainer for us to join their race team.
Yeah, and we just completed another run at AT&T Park and finished blister-free thanks to their gloves. I wore the full-finger gloves and didn't even break a nail.
You are such a girl. Anyways, guys, go to originalwarriorpack.com and check out their stuff for all of your OCR needs. And don't forget to use code ST916 for 10% off all of your purchases. Again, that's www.originalwarriorpack.com. Pack is spelled P-A-K for all of your OCR needs. That's right. So let's talk NBA. So NBA players obviously are playing in the U.S. Olympics. They were almost kicking everybody's ass, but that changed a little bit.
This week.
They started, I don't know if they're getting complacent or if people are figuring out how to play them.
I think they're bored.
They could be very bored. I wouldn't be shocked if it turned out that they were bored.
Plus, I don't think. I could start a whole rant on the basketball team. You know, they got dominant big men, and all they're doing is shooting threes. I mean, they have huge big men. There's nobody that could stop Cousins in that tournament.
There's nobody that could stop DeAndre Jordan in that tournament, and DeAndre Jordan's not even an offensive center.
No, and all they're doing is jacking up threes the whole time. So, whatever. I haven't logged a minute. I haven't watched 1 minute of Olympics basketball. I take that back. I watched a little bit of Brazil and Argentina today, but I haven't watched the NBA players.
Mike Barnum wants to know why Dallas holds their training camp in Oxnard, California. And TJ hit the nail on the head. The Texas teams don't want to practice in Texas. It's the middle of summer.
Yeah.
They go where it's nice. They go to a fair weather place, and they do their training camps where they're not going to die from 100-degree humidity.
And fun fact, A couple years ago, they didn't train in Oxnard. They trained at the Alamo Dome.
There you go.
You like that? I think that was one of the years they were on Hard Knocks.
I believe that was the year of Hard Knocks.
Have you watched any Hard Knocks?
No,
I haven't either.
I don't have HBO.
Wow. I don't know if I do or not.
So here's something. So LeBron James signed with Cleveland 3 years, $100 million, which I think is great for him. I'm glad
But he's probably
stayed.
got a player option after next year, right?
I don't know. I didn't read into the parameters of it, but he'll be there another year or two. And something interesting came out before. I know Barnbone wants us to get to the Kings schedule before the 9 minutes is up with the Reset Mixler. But do you see what Carmelo Anthony said recently? And Stephen A. Smith ripped him a new one.
Oh boy, there's credibility.
Right, and I can't stand Stephen A. Smith.
I can't either
and
anymore.
I disagree with his rant on ripping him, because honestly, it doesn't matter to me. And I think Carmelo's right. Carmelo says he would be 100% okay with his career if it were to end right now, and him never winning an NBA championship, because the thought of winning 3 gold medals in the Olympics is more important to him than an NBA championship would be for his resume.
I don't know. I don't agree with Carmelo, but I don't agree with Screaming A. Smith to rip him a new one over it.
Here's why I give Melo the credit that I do for this. Because, okay, he got traded from Denver. He basically forced the hand to be traded to New York. He wanted to be there. He wanted to get the money. He chased the money in New York. But he never broke stride from him being money driven, I guess you can say, to form his super teams like LeBron did or like KD's doing in order to get the ring. He basically was selfish in the way that he wanted all the money he could out of New York, but I give him credit for not, to me, it's to not tarnish the integrity of the game, to build this team with 3 other superstars to chase the ring.
Yeah, but it's not like Carmelo's doing it. I mean,
No, I
Pat
know.
Riley's the one that's...
Right, but the thing is, when Miami was formed, LeBron, Bosh, and Wade went on vacation together and
Or Phil Jackson, not Pat Riley.
and planned it to build the super team.
Right.
Melo easily could have went to players and said, hey, come to New York. Or I'm not going to re-sign in New York. I'm going to go form a team with these guys. He stayed at home in New York.
Well, because he's going to make the most money there. That's what he's...
But New York also has the capital in the city that they're in to bring in those big name guys, and he hasn't colluded with anyone in the league to do that. Now,
Well,
it could be a factor of his character because it's Carmelo Anthony.
I think it's a factor of his game. He's not a team-oriented, make players better kind of player. He's a give me the ball, I need to have stats, I'm going to win. And he doesn't make players around him better.
Right. I just personally, I like the fact that he was willing to, like I said, chase the money over chasing the ring and taking away the integrity of the game. And if he wants to base his basketball career, not necessarily his NBA career, but his basketball career, and predicate his success on 3 gold medals, I'm good with that. I don't think Stephen A. Smith should have got on his high horse or on his soapbox or whatever you want to say and rip him the way he did, because Stephen A. Smith, he's a joke as it is, and his opinion doesn't mean shit.
No.
And, I give props to Carmelo. You know what? He didn't bow out because of, I'm sore, or Zika virus, or this or that. He wanted to represent his country.
Yeah, but do you think that he's saying that because, to be honest, it's a lot easier to win a gold medal for those NBA players than it is to win an NBA championship.
Maybe.
He can go down. He knows the second that he gets selected to the team that they're going to win the gold medal. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion.
For the most part, yeah.
There's no way. He's not even sniffing the playoffs. He's only been out of the first round once. So of course he's going to say, I'm completely fine with having my 3 gold medals and my NCAA championship and not having any NBA rings, because he's got no shot at those. So, make your NBA team better. Try to win a championship there. There's going to be an empty spot in your career without a ring, but, The NBA, the Olympic gold medal is an important thing, but that's easy. I mean,
he has the best shot at winning a title that he's had ever. Essentially, this year, Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah stay healthy.
Yeah.
They
won't happen, but
it won't. But they have a shot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make Barn Bum happy. We're going to reset Mixler now.
And then we're going to talk about Facebook from Barn Bomb.
No, we're going to talk about Sacramento Kings schedule.
Oh, okay.
Because we know now when the new shiny turd opens up and everyone gets to celebrate. Woohoo. So we'll be right back. Don't leave. I'm just going to do this quick. That way it comes right back on and people don't freak out. Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah, but the only people that are in there now know that.
Yeah, well, we're back. So.
Hey, this is Scott Fresh, the MC for the world's loudest arena. And now, back to Sports Talk 916.
All right, so NBA released its schedule, and I think they fucked up. The opening night game, like they did with the Barclays Center, and like they did with the Amway Center in Orlando, and like they did with the Staples Center, the new arena opening up should be the one game on opening night that is the marquee, everyone look at us spectacle of the NBA. They did it with those other teams, or at least have the season open up in that arena, right? The Sacramento Kings opened the season on Wednesday, October 26th. At the weirdest named arena I've ever heard. The Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. And play the Phoenix Suns on the road to open the season.
So Phoenix has renamed their arena the Talking Stick?
The Talking Stick Resort Arena.
Nice.
That's a terrible name. And then October 27th, Thursday night, the Sacramento Kings open up the Golden One Center for its first official game, the home opener in the regular season against the San Antonio Spurs.
You would think they would give them at least a team that they had a shot at beating.
Well, they might have a shot. Duncan's gone. Oh, no, they don't. TJ says that the bold prediction, the Kings will win their home opener. We'll see.
Yeah, I doubt it, TJ. Sorry.
Let's see. We'll go through this real quick here. Games of note. The first time the Lakers come into Golden One Center, and it's Thursday, November 10th. The Clippers are there Friday, November 18th. The Thunder we don't care about. Rudy Gay, if he gets traded to Houston, may make his return to Sacramento on Friday, November 25th.
Did you see Jim Crandall's post today about how that Rudy Gay people would be
regretting.
People would be disappointed if they trade Rudy Gay away. They would regret it.
No, they
would regret it.
Stupid. The New York Knicks come to Sacramento for the first time in the Golden One Center on Friday, December 9th. The Lakers are back. Portland.
When do the Warriors come back?
I don't know, but on Monday, December 26th, the day after Christmas, the Philadelphia 76ers are in town.
So that might be one of the 2 games of the year that we might have a chance. Well, no, 1 game of the year. That might be the 1 game of the year that we have a chance of winning.
I might be able to get tickets to that game.
I have tickets to all of them.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to hook me up with your link for opening night.
Doubt it.
What?
I'm not going to give you my tickets
your
for
link so I can buy more tickets. So I can buy tickets on.
I haven't gotten a link for nothing.
You will. The Warriors come to town for the first time on Sunday, January 8th.
Wow.
A 6 p.m. game.
There's a game on my birthday for the first time in years.
What day is that?
February 10th.
We'll get to that one here in a second. The Cavaliers come Friday, January 13th. The Pacers, no one cares. They go on a big-ass road trip. The Warriors are back on February 4th. The Bulls are here February 6th. They play February 6th every year, by the way. The Celtics are here February 8th. Wait, you said what? February
10th.
Oh, yeah, they have the Hawks on February 10th. The Wizards are here on March 10th. The Kings do not play on my birthday. They have the Monday the 13th game. Can I have that game? Monday the 13th against Orlando?
Of what month?
March.
Maybe. Who's February 6th? Is that your mom?
February 11th was my mom.
Who's February 6th?
No one. The Bulls always seem to play on February 6th, though. It's something that just stands out in my mind. And then they close the regular season at home against. Well, they don't close the regular season. They close the regular season home schedule on Tuesday, April 11th against the Phoenix Suns. And for the first time in 3 years, I won't be able to take my wife to a game on our anniversary. They're in LA on our anniversary, unless they go to
Road trip.
Hell, unless we go to Staples Center. And then they close the season April 12th against the Clippers in LA.
Closed the season. No more games after that.
Yeah, there won't be any more games after that.
How
That is
bad are they
true.
going to be? I mean, God.
We'll get to that as the season gets
I
closer.
really
we
don't want
We
to.
need to see if we're going to regret getting rid of our starting small forward before we make any predictions.
Oh, because he's
on
the
team.
best thing they've had in a decade at small forward.
Fucking ridiculous, dude. Okay, just an alert about Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, what
So
a
there's your
waste.
schedule. Yeah, no game on February 16th. TJ says the Sixers will win that game. They're here. Keith Jokinadis, bold prediction: the Kings will finish dead last.
Wait. This is the same guy who predicted 50 games last year?
Yeah, same guy.
Kings are going to win 50 games. No, I book it. Book it. Keith, man, I love you. I love your passion, but I knew that was a stretch from the minute you said it.
I think Keith's fantasy football team name should be 50 win streak.
Have the Kings won 50 games in the last 2 years?
Combined, 29 and 34.
Okay, so they won 63.
Yeah, good job, guys. He said they came close
Yeah, they missed it by that much.
by a lot.
By
not
the
going to
size
happen.
of
TJ says he wants a game on his birthday. That's All-Star Weekend, so you might get an All-Star game on your birthday.
woohoo.
Yeah, woohoo, big flipping deal. Let's do this. Oh, wrong one. Let's do this. It is now time for bingo.
Was that a bingo?
Bingo! A bingo!
Bingo!
I've got a bingo!
Bingo!
Bingo! Bingo!
Or bullshit. All right, I have two. You look like you have a
I have
lot.
two. No, I have one. I have two.
All right, bingo or bullshit, Mr. Veroza. The Kings will not win 50 games this season.
Hmm.
I really have one because that one was just a throwaway. Go ahead.
Bingo or bullshit? The best basketball team down in Rio is not.
Damn it, Barn Bomb.
What now?
The NBA All-Star Game might come to Sacramento after what happened in the North Carolina State House.
It's not coming. We are not getting an All-Star game, Mike. We're not. It's not going to happen. We don't have the hotel space for it. It's not going to happen.
The only way it's going to happen is after the hotel's done, which won't be until 2018.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
And they're able to convince the NBA that you can put a bunch of 7-footers on the Delta Queen or something.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's not. There just isn't enough. There's enough hotel space. There's not enough luxury hotel space.
No, we're not going to
bring
put him in the. We're not going to put him in at the I don't know, Motel 6 on Highway 50.
Or the little one right next to Perco's right there on J Street. It's not going to happen, Mike.
Nope, sorry, bud. So the best basketball team in Rio is not the men's basketball team. It's the U.S. women's basketball team.
I don't know. I'm going to take your word on it. I have not watched any basketball.
I haven't watched very little either, but
From what I understand, though, the women's basketball games are more impressive because
they're
not
killing
only
everybody.
Not only they're winning by a shitload of points, but they're doing it fundamentally. It's not
Yeah.
just, hey, look at us dunk.
Or look at us shoot 3-pointers all
So
day
in
long.
that case,
Bingo!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and then last one.
No, I got one more after this.
Okay, bingo or bullshit. The Oakland Raiders will win the AFC West this year.
That's a tough one. That really is tough. I mean, it's not going to be Denver. It's not going to be San Diego. It's
It's
going
going to
to
come down to KC and Oakland.
KC and Oakland. I'm going to say, God, I hate to say
Alex
it.
Smith or Derek Carr?
I'm going to say, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm going to say bullshit.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just because you don't want to admit the Raiders are going to be good?
Yeah.
All right, you're up.
All right. Bingo or bullshit? And this is going to lead into a story, too, that I found on ESPN.com.
Okay.
Michael Phelps is the greatest Olympian in the history of the Olympics. Actually, I take that back. He is the greatest U.S. Summer Olympic gold medalist of all time. I know you're not big on the history of the Olympics. I am. So to me, I can go back and talk about a whole bunch of people.
I'm going to do this because I just don't know the history. Do a little double dip.
Double dip?
Yep.
Okay, so I found this top 10 list. Actually, I got one more of these, too. Found this top 10 list of greatest Olympic gold medalists of all time.
Barnbaum says bingo on Michael Phelps. Keith says nope, Ben Johnson is.
Ben Johnson was a doper. Ben Johnson got suspended for drugs, Keith. He's not, no. Basically, the top 5, actually the top 3 on this list are number 3, Jesse Owens, number 2, Michael Phelps, and number 1, Carl Lewis. And I think Carl Lewis gets disqualified just because he can't sing the national anthem. But oh, I thought you were going to push something.
Nope.
I think it's by far Michael Phelps is the greatest Olympic gold medalist of all time. He's done it over 4 or 5 Olympics. He's been consistent every time. Carl Lewis was up and down. A couple Olympics, he only won 1 gold medal. He was always in 4 events. He's just not. No, I think Michael Phelps by far. So to me, that's a bingo. Did you hear what Jason Whitlock said about swimming?
No.
So he called it a fringe sport, which it is. But he said that Michael Phelps could not be considered one of the greatest athletes of all time because black people don't swim.
Who said this?
Jason Whitlock. And I heard somebody else say it too, that since swimming is just a sport primarily for white upper middle class people in the country clubs. What did he say now?
Damn it, Barnbaum.
What now?
Carl Lewis? Maybe. Perhaps. How about Florence Griffiths Joyner? Or even Jackie Joyner Kersey? The jury is out on them, though.
Hi, this is Mike Barnbaum.
Actually, no, he's not really that far off. This list has Florence Griffith Joyner is 8th, Jackie Joyner Kersey is 6th. So he's not that far off, but they're not in Michael Phelps.
What about Michael Johnson?
Michael Johnson?
The gold shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were saying that because only 27% of black people can swim, that it can't be he can't be considered a top.
Not Jason and Mike.
Jason Whitlock, Mike.
Oh God, I love this guy.
Anyway, I thought that was a really stupid thing to say, and I've heard a couple other people parrot that Michael Phelps is maybe not the greatest athlete because you put a basketball in his hands and he can't play basketball for shit. But then again, you put a baseball bat in Michael Jordan's hands and he can't play baseball for shit either.
Right.
So, I think Michael Phelps has to be considered one of the greatest athletes of all time and obviously one of the greatest Olympians of all time.
I agree completely.
All right, that's what I got.
All right, you want to talk about the Raiders?
Sure.
It's one of the loudest sound bites we have. Oh, wait, actually, before we do that, just because you mentioned it, let this one sit in.
Dirty Harry said in one of his movies that a man's got to know his limitations. Carl Lewis apparently didn't see the movie. If his rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner prior to the Nets-Bulls game last night is any indication, as a public service, we present now only excerpts. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
This is the greatest national anthem of all time.
Here we go.
Stop it.
Well, let me. What the
Right.
fuck was that?
Right then and there, you know it's going nowhere.
When he extends the first word?
And when he starts saying when he starts it by, okay, let's go. You know it's got no shot at
Let's
being
just
good.
keep this going.
Oh, say, can you see? And the Rockets, red flag.
Uh-oh.
I'll make up for it now.
I'll make up for it. Where's that in
For the land of the free.
And these players are cracking up.
That was Sarge national anthem. Written by Francis Scott Off-Key. Those were last night's lowlights. They were last night's highlights.
You know,
Wow.
some of the best clips I've ever seen when they do like the Sports Center anniversary editions is when those guys crack up like that because it's hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome. Where were we? Oh, football. Raiders. When did this happen? 1993.
Oh boy.
Let's
bring it home.
The Nets and Bulls game in New Jersey at the time.
Uh-oh.
And if you look, there's players cover their faces with their warm-ups. Jordan's just staring at the ground. He's like, I can't believe this is happening.
That was in Houston, wasn't it?
It was the Nets Bulls. Man, that's bad. All right, let's talk about the Raiders. So, final score last night, Raiders 31, Cardinals 10.
Means nothing.
It means nothing. It's fantasy. It's preseason.
Fantasy.
It might as well be fantasy. However, the Raiders on offense against the first team D look sharp. Crabtree looks like he's faster than normal. Cooper looks bigger than normal. Derek Carr still looks good. I mean, the Raiders are finally, I think, going to have a running game this year, which they haven't had in years past. Their defense is just pounding on the ball. Khalil Mack and Bruce Irvin and those guys are just flying all over the field. Seabass is kicking the ball good. I mean, Jack Del Rio has these guys playing good football.
It's going to come down to one thing. One thing and one thing only.
It's the offensive line.
Absolutely.
And we've talked about that a number of years.
The better the offensive line plays, the better the chance the Raiders have of making a stand. But if they play like they have in the last couple of years, Derek Carr's going to be flat on his ass most of the time, and they're not going to be able to do anything. And they won't have a running game.
They won't if that happens. But they have Latavius Murray, Tywan Jones, DeAndre Washington at running back. They have Derek Carr, Matt McGloin at quarterback. They have Andre Holmes backing up Amari Cooper on the left. Michael Crabtree's backed up by KJ Brent and Seth Roberts. No one knows who those guys are. Their offensive line's looking good. But what really looks good is this defense.
Yeah.
Mario Edwards at defensive end. Jihad Ward, Justin Ellis at the tackles. Khalil Mack on another defensive end. Then you have strong side linebacker Bruce Irvin. You have Malcolm Smith. You have Sean Smith. Reggie Nelson and Carl Joseph is at your safeties. They also have DJ Hayden in the backfield. Nate Allen's still out there at safety as well. This team is not only good on paper, but they're deep. And like I said, they look like they've been practicing all summer, which I know isn't possible. But the Raiders' first team looked very crisp.
I don't know. I want to see it the first couple of weeks of the regular season. You can take the first week of the preseason, and it doesn't mean squat. I mean, how many times the year the Lions went 0-16, they went 4-0 in preseason. So
Right.
I put zero emphasis and zero stock on anything that happens in the preseason.
Next up, the Raiders on the preseason are in Green Bay. Then they have the Titans at home on the 27th, and then they have the Seahawks at home on the
No Niners Raiders this year, huh?
Nope. Is it too early, you think, to do predictions for the season?
Yes.
All right, we'll get to that. But we could kind of.
I have one prediction. I can tell you who's going to have the first draft pick in the NFL draft next year.
Cleveland Browns.
No.
And I'll tell you why here in a little bit.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No. Hey, did you see Johnny Manziel got signed by the Steelers?
Did he?
Yeah, as their janitor.
Nice.
Did you see that meme that was going on?
I didn't. No.
Yeah.
Let's do this real quick. Let's just do a brief overview of the Raiders' schedule. They open the season at the Saints. Then they go home for the Falcons, at the Titans, at the Ravens, or home for the Chargers, home for the Chiefs, at the Jaguars, at the Buccaneers, home for the Broncos, bye week 10, Texans at home, Panthers at home, Bills at home. That's a tough stretch. At the Chiefs, at the Chargers, home for the Colts, at the Broncos. Now,
when's the game in Mexico City? It's a Monday night game.
I believe that's December. No.
Whatever their only Monday night game is, it's supposed to be at home, is in Mexico City.
Their thing is kind of retarded here. Hold on, Raymond James Stadium. It's supposed to be a home game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're giving up their only Monday night game and a home game to play somebody in Mexico City.
Estado Azteca. They're playing the Houston Texans at Estadio Azteca in
Just
Mexico.
dumb. I mean, it's stupid.
Well, as Kings fans, we know all about that.
Yeah, but this could be the last. This really could be the last year that the Raiders are in Oakland, and you're giving their fans, which, you know, obviously I'm not a fan of their fans, but you can't. We can never question how passionate some of them are. And you're taking that last Monday night game away from them and moving it to Mexico City, and which is just stupid. You know, and Grant Napier's been on this kick for a week or so now, talking about, you know, do it a preseason game. Send a preseason game down there. They'll sell out the stadium in Mexico. Don't take a regular season Monday night game away from Oakland and send it to Mexico City. It's just stupid.
Uh-huh. But you know why? Because the NFL
makes money.
wants to make money.
Yep. Hello?
Sorry, hold on. Your buddy James is commenting on a Facebook post from a while ago on Sports Talk, but not in the chat box. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Bellingham Niner fan. Right on cue. So let's do this real quick. You said that the 49ers are going to be the number 1 overall draft pick. I'm going to tell you why that is. God
damn it, Barn Bomb.
What now?
As for the Las Vegas Raiders is concerned, it's a 1st and goal at the 1. Doesn't that sound familiar, Sacramento?
Hi, this is Mike Barnbaum.
It's not a foregone conclusion that they're going there. I don't know. That one's so weird that it's hard to say exactly what's going to happen. But there is Ronnie Lott's group apparently has been working with the city trying to build a stadium in the same location as O.co to try to keep him there a little bit longer. Yeah, that line does need to be retired, TJ. 49ers will not be the number 1 overall draft pick. They may be the number 2 draft pick, but they're not going to be the number 1 overall draft pick. I'll tell you why.
Why?
They have, and I know it's preseason 1, and I told a few people on some Facebook that it's going to be hard for me to hold back my optimism because I don't want to have faith in Chip Kelly because he's going to disappoint me.
Well, I don't mind having faith in Chip Kelly. I don't have faith in the people putting the team together.
So, Gabbert looked okay. Kaepernick didn't play.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Thaddeus Lewis looked decent. Driscoll, the rookie, looked good. And now, albeit it was 3rd and 4th string players.
Yeah, it was a couple bad. I saw the couple throws I saw one was a little bit behind the guy. He underthrew one guy.
He's also playing wide receivers that have no right being in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
He is fucking fast.
Yeah.
4.5 40.
Yeah.
And it showed. The thing is, though, the Niners' offense was crisp, proficient, and the Texans played their first string defense into the second quarter. just like the Niners did. Gabbert played the whole first quarter and into the second before he hurt his leg and ended up leaving the game. He stayed in the pocket and just took a lick. It was a low hit that could have been called, but he didn't have the best stats. Gabbert went 4 for 10 for 63 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. He was not sacked. He had a 95 quarterback rating, which
that's not bad.
Not bad.
No.
They ran, as an offense in the first half, they ran 55 plays and had a total of 302 yards offense. The biggest thing, no offensive penalties. No false,
in the first half.
Yeah, no false starts.
The first
offsides.
First play of the second half was a penalty.
Right, they had one penalty in the first half. Is on Med Brooks jumped off sides.
Right.
But the offense was proficient. They were moving the ball well. The no huddle was working. They didn't huddle once. The entire first half of the game. Actually, I think the whole game, not one huddle.
Really?
Yeah, all no huddle offense. All the communications coming from the sideline. And I learned something very interesting today. The headsets work until there's 15 seconds left on the play clock.
Right.
This year they added communication devices to the box, so it's not just the head coach. Now it's the offensive coordinator.
Nice.
So they were talking about it. Gabbert lines up, gets a signal from the side by about the 32-second mark, then can get into his audibles and his reads and whatever. Up until 15 seconds, the box can be telling him where to look on the field at different reads, what they're showing ghost, whatever.
Really?
So there's open communication until 15 seconds. The Niners' goal is to snap the ball at 18 seconds or later. That's 20 seconds of extra eyes looking at the field saying, look here, you have this matchup, you have that matchup. And the Niners looked extremely proficient.
Do you think Kaepernick is smart enough to be able to process that much information?
So Kaepernick didn't get cleared medically until 2 weeks ago. So he basically got, up until 2 weeks ago, mental reps the whole time, right? And I think it's Ted Robinson who does the play-by-play for the Niners, was talking about Kaepernick was basically Kelly's shadow to the point where Kelly had to tell him to go sit down at times because he was right on his hip. And he says that he thinks Kaepernick benefited this offseason more than anybody of the quarterbacks because he wasn't out there taking reps, but he was able to communicate with him after every single play. You could see Kaepernick and Kelly talking about the play that happened. So he was running through things. Not only that, but on the sideline, he was engaged. He was talking to his wide receivers. You could see him. He was showing them, where the routes were supposed to be, what the defense was doing. First glance, he looks like a quarterback who knows what the fuck he's talking about, which is hard to believe because it's Colin Kaepernick and we know the truth.
But then again, look at the coaches that he's had in the last couple of years that didn't know shit.
Aside from Harbaugh, he didn't really have any offensive coaches.
No.
So when Kaepernick
Chris.
Right. When Kaepernick comes back, there's a chance that he could actually benefit from this. And they also talked about something that was interesting that I didn't know either, was the first 3 years that Kelly was in Philly, or the 3 years he was in Philly, the Eagles led the NFL in rushing 2 of those 3 years.
Wow.
So imagine the running game with a quarterback that could be mobile. That opens up a lot of room. Carlos Hyde had 5 carries for 27 yards. His longest was a 22-yard. Just lowered his shoulder and put this dude to shame. He looks fast. Mike Davis, the 4th-round draft pick last year that got hurt, got put on injured reserve, is 18 pounds lighter.
Nice.
He looks like a fucking bullet being shot out of the cannon. There were plays that bottled up. He took a sidestep and was gone.
Really?
He was pretty impressive. 5 yards, 72. 5 carries, 72 yards. His long was 44.
Nice.
DeJuan Harris looked okay. 6 carries, 29 yards. They also have Sean Drone, the guy they brought in late last year, because the Niners used 12 running backs last season. They brought in Sean Drone. He looked okay. He had 2 carries for 12 yards, but he also had 2 catches for 9. He looks quick and sharp. Wide receiver scares me. Vance McDonald had 2 for 54 with a 43-yard touchdown. And on that touchdown, he put a little jab step on this guy and just blew by him. They said that Vance McDonald, if he can get repetitions in games, they're saying that he's going to be the breakout offensive player of the year for this team.
Really?
They moved Bruce Miller to tight end, so there's another tight end option because they don't use fullbacks in Chip Kelly's system. Jerome Simpson looked okay. I think DeAndrew White, he's a rookie this year, has some upside. He reminds me a lot of a young Brandon Lloyd, which young Brandon Lloyd mentally wasn't the guy you wanted on the field, but talent-wise he was. What's awesome is he doesn't predicate himself on trying to make the one-handed grab like Brandon Lloyd tried to do. Who else was there that stood out? Wide receiver is gonna be the Achilles heel. Torrey Smith had no catches. Quentin Patton looked okay. That's gonna be a tough one. But on defense, this team is gonna be strong on defense. So,
and plus they have the secret weapon of all weapons,
Jaquiski Cart.
Well, who?
Bradley
Pinion.
That's right.
A fucking punter.
Pinion actually kicked the ball pretty well today.
Did he?
Aaron Lynch looked really good. It's going to suck to see him be gone for 4 games. He looked strong.
They were saying Bob Fitzgerald was doing the TV play-by-play today. Mm-hmm. And what's his face does the color on TV. Does the color on the radio too.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were saying that they want to see during that 4 weeks to have him use that time to get in shape and to be in good shape. And they said that if he comes back in great shape after that 4 weeks, he could be unstoppable. I don't know if that's just them being homers or what, but they said he looks great in practice right now. And if he could drop 10 or 15 pounds and tighten everything up, he could definitely make a difference.
Chris Davis, he's a cornerback, looked really good in coverage. He's also the one famous for the kick 6, Auburn versus Alabama. He's the one that returned the kick.
Is he really?
Yes.
I didn't know that they signed him.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until they showed it today. Michael Wilhoit looked good on defense. Tate Carradine looked good. DeForest Buckner, when him and Eric Armstead are next to each other, I understand why he earned the starting job. This kid
is
beast. Big.
He's huge.
And he's going to just mow through people. Another guy that was on the field a lot today was Dante Johnson. Looked really good. What's funny is the secondary was shutting down. So they talked about practice yesterday because the Houston and the Niners practiced in a joint practice yesterday, and they said that DeAndre Hopkins had his way 100% with this team, to the point where the ball could have been thrown 2 feet over his head in double coverage, and he was coming down with the ball. The Niners had no option for him. Today, 0 catches, 0 yards. They shut him down all day long. The Niners basically played man coverage the entire game. Again, the first half was all first string. I think Osweiler played midway through.
How did he look?
He looked okay. He looks like he's learning the offense pretty well. He was 4 for 7 with 27 yards. Tom Savage played basically the whole second half of the second quarter and the whole third quarter until the fourth quarter until Whedon came in late. He looked like he's going to be a good backup quarterback. But the Niners held their own on defense. They're swarming to the ball. Their defensive line's looking really good. Their corners actually surprised the shit out of me.
So again, first preseason game of the year.
Right.
Calm down a little bit.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. But there's at least hope. I was afraid that they were going to come out flat, shit the bed, and we're just going to be like, oh my God.
3 and out.
Right. They went 3 and out the first possession, and then they started moving the ball. And then they had 2 fumbles. One of them was fumbled, returned for a touchdown. And then the second one was fumbled inside the 5. They recovered at the 2. But they held the first string offense for the Texans scoreless the entire game until they didn't score it again until the second quarter. And then they third quarter, they just ran off a shitload of points on them.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's hope. I'm not saying that the Niners are going to go win off a bunch of games. I still don't think they're going to win a ton of games. But I'm a lot more optimistic after watching the first team than I ever thought I would have been, knowing what's going on. And something that really kind of struck me well, and it's the way that Chip Kelly handles himself. They asked him about, said, how do you feel about your defense? And he says, I don't. This is the 49ers defense. This isn't my defense. And to me, I'm like, shit, this guy's got his head on right. Like he's he's doing the right thing. It looks like this team can make a little bit of a difference, which is nice. But I want to know if it's too late for me to ask you about the name. And I'm getting it now. My last Google search was how to induce vomiting. I was feeling like so bad today. Do you know the name Deshaun Watson or Brad Kaya?
No.
I pulled up the earliest 2017 mock draft that I can find for the NFL for coming up the next season. And this website has the Cleveland Browns taking Deshaun Watson, the quarterback out of Clemson, at the number 1 overall pick, saying that he's college football's version of Russell Westbrook. Deshaun Watson had an amazing run despite being just a mere sophomore. The sky's the limit. And the 49ers taking Brad Kaya, quarterback out of Miami, says that, the Niners last season were able to have a blue chip prospect fall to them at number 7 with DeForest Buckner. However, they were not able to obtain a potential franchise quarterback, meaning they'll have to wait until this season to do so. This actually might be best given that next year's class, 2017, is a far superior quarterback class than the 2016 season. So they already have the Niners taking a quarterback at number 2 at number 2 overall in this early mock draft that I was able to find. So,
nice.
So there's that. So, like I said, don't be overly pessimistic. There was some promise that I saw.
all right, man?
Just got the hiccups.
Oh, okay.
There was some promise that I saw on the field, which I never in my life thought.
Again, first
Right.
preseason game of the year. So
I know.
I'm going to reserve my optimism for the first couple of regular season games.
I agree. All right. You know what it's time for? Because Keith Joganos is ready for it.
Oh, can we do it? Is this it? You mean FaceTime from Barn Bomb? FaceTime by Barn.
You already fucked it
screwed
up. Facebook.
I'm going to FaceTime. Facebook by Barn. Never mind. You got it.
Facebook by Barn Bomb.
I got a couple. I've been looking at some of his posts. He's definitely well over the 140 character limit.
All right. So, Mike Barnbaum, our beloved Mike Barnbaum, joined Facebook yesterday after being exclusively on Twitter.
Is he on Instagram?
I don't think so. So, here's a fun fact that you may not know about Mike Barnbaum. There actually, during all the city council meetings and stuff like that, there was actually a spoof Mike Barnbaum Facebook account for some time. Someone made an account for him. So Mike set up his Facebook account, and it turns out that at one point or another he may have set up a different one because there were 2 accounts. And there was some confusion, and then Mike wasn't able to get into the first account, so he made a second one, and I think that's the way it went down. And Mike on August 13th posted this gem.
It's today.
Dear Facebook friends.
Wait. Do my
30 for 30?
Yeah.
Oh my, I don't think I have it on here right now.
We have to find some Mike Barnbaum Facebook music.
Don't stop believing. We need 30. Where's the 30 for 30? Wait a minute, I got it. Here we go. We're going to do this one. Even Howard Nevins is friends with him on Facebook.
I know, I saw that.
All right, here we go. Dear Facebook friends, I have had some trouble using this social media platform as there may have appeared to be 2 accounts. This is my real account. If for some reason you feel that you were invited twice, I sincerely apologize for the technical difficulties that have been imposed upon me today. I will be in contact with Facebook technical support as soon as I possibly can to resolve the technical issues. In the meantime, please bear with me while I go through some difficult technical times for at least the next several days or weeks, as I work through to resolve these matters with the Menlo Park California-based company. I sincerely thank you for your cooperation and understanding with the circumstances presented to me at this time. Like I said, I love the fact that Mike is not restricted to 140 characters.
I got one for you here, too.
All right, go ahead.
My Facebook friend Dave Mason is covering pears and ice cream today on Good Day Sacramento, the Sacramento news program on the CW networks that offers viewers a touch of zaniness.
Zoom.
Glad to see Deuce is on the beat today. If you want to check out the event Deuce was covering on television this morning, you will have to go to 12414 State Highway 160 in the Sacramento County town of Cortland. To put it in perspective, Cortland is located in the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta. Highway 160 ends shortly after Cortland, where motorists would travel over the Antioch Bridge into the East Contra Costa County city of Antioch.
All right, this one's topical because we talked about opening night being coming up October. And let me tell you this, Mike Barnbaum is the best dressed Kings fan when it comes to games. At the final game of the season, he wore a purple suit. He's been seen wearing a purple blazer or a purple jacket. He's always dapper. He's dressed to the occasion. And he apparently gets his suits from Oxford Street, and he wants to share the word. Formal wear was how the Sacramento Kings back in November of 1987... Oh, hold on, wait. Formal wear was how the Sacramento Kings back in November of 1987 opened up Sleep Train Arena as Arco Arena.
I remember that, actually.
Formal wear is how we should dress on opening night, October 27th at the Golden One Center when the San Antonio Spurs take on the Sacramento Kings. Give the great folks at Oxford Street Clothiers a call today at 916-391-8887 to show your interest in opening night formal wear. They're located on the southeast corner of Florin Road and Stockton Boulevard in South Sacramento near Highway 99 and several Sacramento Regional Transit District bus lines at the nearby Folsom Town Center, Florin Town Center. No appointment is necessary, so call and get into Oxford Street Clothiers today because on October 27th, the King's Court is now in session. Now there's another one. How are you getting ready for opening night? October 27th at the Golden One Center when the San Antonio Spurs visit the Sacramento Kings for the first ever regular season game in downtown Sacramento. I am going to Oxford Street in South Sacramento on the southeast corner of Florin and Stockton to get myself a tuxedo. Go in there soon and tell them that Carmichael Dave and Mike Barnbaum sent you. Mike, I love it, man. And I'm scrolling your page here and like He's got his black suit on with his purple tie here in one of his profile pictures.
Look at the picture of him sitting next to Keith.
Well, yeah, but there's
Keith is being all cool and kicked back.
There's a picture of him with Chris Granger at the final Kings tailgate. He's got his purple vest on with a blue tie. I'm guessing because the Kings wore the baby blue on that final home game. Man, you know, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. But here's the best one, and this one is very topical compared to what we talked about with the Kings season. And I didn't go over any start times. Usually 7:05 is or 7:10, I believe it is the normal start time at Sleep Train Arena for home games.
Not anymore.
And well, I'm getting to that because Mike Barnbaum so elegantly wrote it out for us on his Facebook page. Again, Facebook with Barnbaum. Since Thursday, when the NBA released the 2016-2017 regular season schedules, I had the opportunity to write the entire 82-game Sacramento Kings schedule into my fiscal year planner, July 2016 to June 2017.
Hold on. Mike, I got to teach you how to upload that into your planner without having to write each game. Right. I did that on Friday, too.
All weeknight, Monday through Friday, Sacramento Kings home games at the new Golden One Center will begin at 7:30 Pacific Time. However, not all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, home games hold the new traditional 7:30 Pacific start time. There are
the new traditional.
Yeah, there are 8 games in total, where the exception to the new 7:30 Pacific traditional start time does not apply. The remaining 33 games for the 2016-2017 regular season, as well as the 2 preseason home games for October 10th and October 18th, will tip off at the new traditional start time of 7:30 Pacific time. for a total of 35 games in all, having a tip time of 7:30 Pacific time. Take notice, Sacramento Kings fans, as the following home games at the Golden One Center will not tip off at the new traditional start time of 7:30 Pacific time. They are 6 p.m. Pacific time, Sunday, November 20th. 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday, December 31st. 6 p.m. Pacific Time, Sunday, January 8th. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Sunday, January 15th. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday, February 12th. 2 p.m. Saturday, February 25th. 3 p.m. Sunday, March 5th. And 3 p.m. Pacific Time on Palm Sunday, April 9th.
Barn Bomb's loving having more than 140 characters. He can get so.
So, Mike, I gotta ask you. Hold on. I want to call him, but I don't. Mike, I gotta ask, buddy. The first time you wrote out one of these long-winded, but yet informational and well-written entries here, did you try to did you have to kind of reprogram your brain to not short form it? Like, did you start writing and go, like, you're like, oh, okay, how am I going to abbreviate this? And then you're like, wait a minute, I can just type. Like, did it take you a minute to remember that you don't have a character limit? Because these are written out by a long form. Like, I almost feel like you like long formed it on hand and then like voice dictated it to your computer.
I love the way he writes in PSAs. All of his posts are PSAs, public service announcements, or commercials. That's how his posts
are. It's not like, hey, I pooped.
Yeah, it's like,
hey, just so you know, if you need to poop.
Yeah, Kings fan. No, it's all, hey, Kings fan. Hey, Kings fan. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Your Kings games are going to start at 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
And kids' seats are just $5.
Please call 916-483-KINGS to get your tickets today. Following announcement was brought to you by Mike Barnbaum
on
Your
Facebook.
Kings.
Facebook of Mike Barnbaum. Also, I did not reprogram anything. I did my research and checked my facts before I did the official post. He didn't get what I was saying, but I know, Mike, you're doing good, bud. Welcome to the Facebook world. It is nice to have you on there because kids' seats are still just $8. Speaking of pricing, though, so there was a Kings ticket rep who talked to a friend of mine about opening night at the arena when tickets are going to go on sale, and they said there's no ticket date released yet for when the single game tickets are going to go on sale to make opening night available.
I thought everything was sold out.
No, they have to keep a certain number of seats available. Season ticket holders are still rumored to get their link to be able to purchase additional tickets at their cost, which I'm hoping to get your link. According to this rep, and this is all, not under the table, but not official, there's already predictions that these tickets will be the most expensive tickets ever sold for any event in Sacramento history.
I'm sure they will
Regardless of what the event was.
I'm sure they will be.
Most expensive ticket that will ever be sold. That's why I'm hoping to get a season ticket holders link where I can get in at their price and not have to sell my first child because she wants to go to the game.
Your first child?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there you have it. Facebook with Barnbaum. Mike.
This is going to become a regular feature on our thing. We keep saying that we're going to have regular feature. This is a keeper.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, it sounds like we're making fun of Mike, but honestly, he's a good sport with it. And a lot of it is good information. We gave a plug to a really good local business. And in one of the pictures Mike posted on his Facebook page, the tuxedo and he had a post earlier that said he was like custom fitted for a tuxedo. He went in and got measured and everything. The tuxedos there start at $149. You can't beat that.
No,
that's a fucking deal. So that's Kings are advertising a 5-game ticket plan right now. It does not include opening night.
Of course not. Do you think the Kings get a cut on the off sale? Do you think they're going to have their own off-market sale place to sell tickets at jacked up prices? Or do you think they'll just jack up the prices themselves?
They're just going to jack up the prices and they'll just, it'll just be, oh, we have a new building. Sorry. Yeah. Tickets are up. So with that being said, do you have anything else there, Mr. Veroza?
No, thanks. Good night.
Yeah, we're done. Until next week.
No, I think I'm good. So, trying to think if
we're getting close to the fantasy draft. Keith Jogonatis, you have been added. Hopefully you got
What's the date
link.
of that? What's the date of that?
28th.
And we're doing it at Buffalo Wild Wings, right?
Buffalo Wild Wings, Citrus Heights. Sunday.
And we're going to do a show right after that, too?
I'm thinking we are going to do a show that night.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. Keith Jogonatis is in the league. He may also do a live Facebook feed interview with us.
Oh, cool.
That day, so check that out. I'm trying to get.
Does he have his team name yet?
I'm checking right now. Let's see. So we have the San Francisco 4th and Niners. We have All Night McKnight. We have Colin Fur. We have JPP Fireworks Company, which I'm wondering if TJ is going to change that or not. We have It's Solis. We have a fucking walrus. The Crazy Squirrels, the Trojan Horse, TNT, and Keith Jogonatis is Johnny Benchwarmer. And his picture is a picture of Johnny Manziel on draft day. That is awesome. It should be Johnny the Janitor.
Johnny the Janitor, yeah.
Would be a much better team.
Yeah, by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's gonna be fun. I can't wait for that. It'll be a good one. What time on the 28th at Citrus Heights does it begin at? I believe we said 4 o'clock.
I don't remember.
I'll call and confirm. I believe it is 4 o'clock. I will probably be there about 3-ish.
I'll probably be there about 3:58.
Hopefully not if Keith wants to do a little interview thingy.
No, that's right.
We'll be there a little early to set up. I'm sure Mike will be there at like 12:15.
Hey, Mike, if you get there early, make sure you save out a good spot for us.
They already gave us the patio again.
Okay.
Yeah, we already got that on.
Unless it's 110 degrees outside.
Patio, baby. We'll bring the cornhole boards. And it'll be fun. So with that being said, this was season 4, episode 23. For Greg Veroza, I'm Greg Bowl. We will see you all next week.
Good night, Larry.